If there is one thing to remember the 2019 NFL season by, it is for the play of MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson. In his second season in the NFL with the Baltimore Ravens, he put up 3,000 passing yards, 36 touchdowns, and 1,200 rushing yards, an NFL record. He managed to win NFL MVP, and he was a Super Bowl favorite coming into the playoffs, falling short in the AFC Championship game to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And coming into the 2020 NFL season, expectations were obviously high for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, but those were not met as Lamar only threw for 2,700 passing yards and still got a solid 1,000 rushing yards. But the Baltimore Ravens finished second in the division and got absolutely steamrolled by Derrick Henry in the divisional round by the Tennessee Titans. So the Ravens obviously had to do some work to get ready for the next season because teams had caught on to the Baltimore Ravens strategies with Lamar Jackson and something needed to change. They needed to get better wide receivers so Lamar could throw. The running backs had to step up to get some pressure off of Jackson, and the defense also needed to step up even though it was a strong point of the team last season. But in the offseason, they have made quite a few moves to improve their offensive line, and the team looks better than ever, besides a few missing pieces on the defense. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about if the Ravens can have a comeback season this year. What's up everybody, it's AC Analysis, back at it again with another video, and now it's summertime and more videos will start pumping out. I'm hoping for 2 to 3 videos a week, and this one is going to be about the Baltimore Ravens and how I feel like they will have a bounce back season this year. But before we get into the video, if you guys could take 1 second to like and subscribe, it would be really helpful towards my YouTube channel and helps me make more videos like these. We actually just reached 100 subscribers, and thank you guys so much for that. And the shout out for today's video goes to Sportsmania. Thank you so much for subscribing and being my 100th subscriber. And now, let's get into the video. Okay, I think you guys have heard enough about how the Ravens got to where they are. Now let's start talking about the main point of the video, why I believe the Baltimore Ravens will have a bounce back season. The Ravens are a relatively young team with third-year quarterback Lamar Jackson and some young receivers around him, so obviously they would like to make moves in the draft to keep their team young and strong. So they picked up 2 wide receivers to help with their 32nd ranked passing attack. They picked up Rashad Bateman in the first round from Minnesota and Tylan Wallace from, I believe, Oklahoma State. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Who are both really strong receivers. And a good comparison that I found online was that they were compared to Keenan Allen and Cooper Kupp. So if they can play like that, they would be great help to Lamar Jackson. Then they also picked up a guard in the draft, Ben Cleveland, who was able to play great in college, and he can really help put some pressure off Lamar Jackson and help their starting running back, J.K. Dobbins. So I believe all of these picks are really going to help out the Ravens since they have done a great job at addressing most of their problems, which are their passing attack and their offensive line. But they do have some pretty strong players on that offensive line, so now Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins should have a lot of help with already Ronnie Stanley and now the pickup of guard Ben Cleveland to really solidify that offensive line. Of course, we don't know how these rookies are going to play out, but just by looking at it, it looks like the team is going to come back really strong. The defense for the Baltimore Ravens, however, did take some hits in the offseason. They lost Pro Bowlers Matthew Judon and Yannick Ngakoue to free agency, so their defensive line is a little bit weaker, but they should still be okay there. But the strength of the team and their defense will still remain their secondary, as they still got Pro Bowlers Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters back there to stop any receiver. So this is still a solid defense that can really play well with the offense that I believe will be really strong next season with Lamar Jackson and his new wide receivers along with Marquise Brown and J.K. Dobbins. Now, if the Baltimore Ravens want to make it any further, it's going to be no easy feat, as in the first 2 weeks alone, the Baltimore Ravens have to play against the Raiders and then the Kansas City Chiefs. And if any team wants to reach the Super Bowl, they got to get past the Chiefs, the strongest team in the NFL right now. But that's not all. They got a tough schedule with division rivals like the Steelers, who are always tough to deal with for the Baltimore Ravens. A great rivalry. And then they also have to play against the Green Bay Packers, the Browns twice a year. They're probably in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL because the Browns, for some reason, are actually a really good team now. They also got to play against the Colts, the Rams, who seem to be really strong coming into next season. And what do we know? Maybe the Bears will be good. So if the Ravens want to be able to win the division, they got to play better than last year. They got to play better than 2019. They got to have the best season of Lamar Jackson's career. if they want to reach it. But I really believe they can, as they have a stronger roster than they've had in the past few seasons. So I really see them as a favorite to possibly win their division. The biggest contest for them will be the Browns, though. The Browns will be a trouble to deal with, but I believe that with the Ravens' strong defense and hopefully strong passing attack, along with their always strong running attack, that they can win their division. So looking at their schedule, I believe that the Ravens will finish with a 12-4 record, and yes, actually win their division, as I think the Browns will go 11-5. Now, for how far they reach in the playoffs, honestly, that's something that nobody can predict. I have no clue how far they'll reach, but I think that they have a solid chance, as being one of the strongest teams in a very strong AFC, to possibly reach the Super Bowl. Now, with that being said, that'll wrap up this video. This has been AC Analysis talking about why I believe the Ravens will have a bounce-back season and how they will perform in the 2021 NFL season. Now, I'm sorry I've not made a video in a long time, but I'm hoping to get more videos out for you guys. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers, and if you want a shout out, make sure to comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.